Welcome to What's Going On, the weekly podcast and videocast of First United Methodist Church in Yankton, South Dakota.
Hi, I'm Pastor Katie with First United Methodist Church here in Yankton, South Dakota, and I'm glad you could join me for this episode. Before we dive into the interview with Susan Schavee and Lydia Giziewski about our soup kitchen, I just want to touch on a few other things that are happening in the life of the church or things that I want you to be aware of in the month of October. The first is that we have our Charge Conference coming up at the end of October. It will be October 28th here at the church in the evening. But prior to that, we have a few things that we need to get sorted. And one of them is leadership team. And so in a previous episode, I sat down with Eric Lancaster, who's the current chair of leadership team, to talk a little bit about what they do and who they are and his experience being kind of a real newbie in the church and diving right into that. And so I hope that inspired you and that you've been prayerfully considering potentially applying for one of those positions. Those applications are due on the 17th, so we have a little bit of time to review them and invite people into those positions. But we do need to vote on that at Charge Conference. So please, if someone's been talking to you from leadership team, or if you've been feeling that nudge of the Holy Spirit, I would encourage you. You can find those applications on our website. If you would like a printed copy, just stop by the office and we can get that for you as well. That also includes if you're interested in being a delegate to annual conference. Our church is large enough that we actually supply 3 lay delegates for annual conference. And so every year that is kind of open to whoever applies. And so if that is something that you're interested in, if you'd like to hear more about what United Methodist Church is doing on a conference level and a little bit more kind of broadly than that, as well as getting to vote on things that impact us as a local church, I would love for you to apply for that. It is the same application as a leadership team. You would just mark for annual conference delegate. Again, we get 3 lay delegates for that, and so we do have 3 openings. We also have an opening on our leadership team for our leadership advocate, which is a role on leadership team that is voice only, no vote. They don't sit on any of the sub-teams for leadership team, and their primary responsibility is to be taking the minutes as well as adding their voice to the conversation. And so that position is also open this year. And so if you have some skills around that, if you'd like to support the work that we're doing in that way, it's a little less work out. It's mostly work at the meetings and not so much work outside of the meetings like the other roles are. So that is happening with Charge Conference as well. Also, October is our time where we're looking at setting the budget for 2026, and that includes getting our estimate of giving from you. And so if you are part of our church, you should have gotten in the mail a letter from me, including a slip that is the estimate of giving and what you intend to give for 2026, how you intend to give that, so we can faithfully look at our budget and see if what we are thinking we need for expenses aligns with what we believe we'll be taking in. We want to do our best to be good stewards of that, but we need your help. And so would you prayerfully consider what it is that God is asking you to participate in the life of the church, and then we'll turn those in together on the last Sunday of October, the 26th. You can turn them in before that. After that, you can turn them in online. There's a spot for that on the website as well. That's also confidential. Or you can wait to turn in your slip at church on the 26th. Again, if you miss the 26th or if you forget your slip, we'll have extras and you can always turn it in later. It is really useful information for us to have. I think it's also a really great practice to get into about giving God our first fruits, right? Saying this is what I'm committing to God for the next year, and I'm going to build the rest of my budget around that. And so I just pray for you as you consider what that looks like moving forward. Now, without further ado, I'm going to quit talking and we're going to cut to Lydia and Susan talking about the soup kitchen, this incredible event, and the country store that we have coming up on the 21st of October, Tuesday the 21st. Of course, we want you to be a part of it, but we also want you to invite your friends. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share that event. Let's get as many people through our doors as we can. All right, thank you. God bless. So I am here today with Susan Schavee and Lydia Giziewski, and they're going to be sharing a little bit about our soup kitchen. So welcome, ladies. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thanks.
I want to begin by, why don't you share a little bit about what the soup kitchen is?
It's an event that the church does annually in October. We serve the community, typically have taverns, different kinds of soups and pie that people can purchase. We're known in the community as having the best soup kitchen, as there's lots of competition for soup kitchens. But it gives the community a chance to take a look at us in action.
So what kind of soups are there typically?
There's vegetable beef, chicken noodle, and chili.
So vegetable beef, chicken noodle, chili, taverns.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I grew up in a place that we didn't have taverns. We called them something else. So when we talk about taverns, if you are new to the area, taverns is the same as like what I would call a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Loose meat sandwich,
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
beef burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I think the soup is a big part of it, but for me personally, the even bigger part is the pie. So what kind of pies typically show up at our soup kitchen?
Oh, it's a variety. They're all beautiful. Cream pies, fruit pies.
Millionaire pie, peanut butter pie.
Yeah. Some fancier ones. They are wonderful. And just to, I'm blessed to be here at the church at 7 on that day, on the 21st, to accept donations that people are bringing in, and the pies are beautiful. So you'll want to come to enjoy that.
So how did the two of you get involved in being kind of the co-chairs for our soup kitchen?
Dolores Kafka has always done this job in the past and did a wonderful job. And it was time for her to pass the torch, even though we didn't want her to, probably. So she approached me, and I'm sure Lydia as well, to carry on this tradition. Again, we're known as the best soup kitchen in the town, so why wouldn't we want to?
And we've come to realize how much hard work goes into
Oh.
this that she's done for many years.
And
So-
how much she knows about
Yes,
what needs to be
yes.
done.
So thank you and praises to Dolores Kafka for all her work. And she's still helping us. She is in charge of our donations and compiling the workers that off of our donation sheets to each group that they'll work with. And so we just want to thank her very much. And she'll be our greeter coming. So you'll see her when you come to the event and say hello.
We've made some changes over the years. One of the things that we started doing, because we had so many carryout orders, we now have a form that you can fill out ahead of time before you come in or as you come in. That makes it easier to handle the requests. We also have purchased containers for pie so that people aren't breathing on all the pie as they go by. So they're packaged individually and easy to take home if you decide that you don't want pie at the same time you have your soup and your sandwich.
If you fill up on soup and sandwiches, you still get to have pie. I think that's a great thing to think about especially in the fall as we start entering into flu season and those things, that you guys are always, doing the work to improve and what can we do better and what can we think about for next year. And that was one of the things that came out.
Right. Also, in the past, though we stopped for a while, we had the country store.
And what is the country store?
Maybe Lydia can explain that a little better than me.
That's kind of like a little gift shop. You can come shop. There's usually bakery items, maybe some canning items, maybe some jellies that people have made at home, maybe some crafts, knitting, sewing, You could maybe do some Christmas shopping if you are looking for something like that for a gift. And it will be in the lobby as the people come in to our event. You'll see the table set up and people there to help you.
Awesome. So we've talked a little bit about what the soup kitchen and country store are, but let's talk a little bit about, uh, you know, it costs money it's a really good deal, but where does all that money go that we're taking in from the soup kitchen from this event? Where does that money end up?
This event funds our United Women of Faith budget. And we help with the portion of camping for youth and for mission projects that we support. And I can give you just a few of them. We've done a shoebox Christmas project. And then we have a fund here at our church called the Good Sam Fund, and the Loads of Love program that we do from our church. We give money to those groups. We've helped Contact Center, the Food Pantry, River City Domestic Violence Center, Pathways, Lewis and Clark Behavioral Health, Special Olympics, Habitat for Humanity, Food for Thought, CASA, Boys and Girls Club in Yankton, and the Abbott House. We donate money to each year to help support these groups that do wonderful work.
So this is a United Women in Faith kind of, this is what is supporting their budget, but it's really a whole church event. Roughly how many people do you need on Soup Kitchen night to make this event happen?
Oh, wow.
We've never, I don't think we've ever calculated that, but probably 50,
At least.
at least 50. We need everybody, honestly, we need everybody. Either to make something, to work, donate funds, because some people are not able to do either. So we appreciate anything that anybody can do, but it really takes the whole church.
So what are some of the volunteer jobs that happen on the night of Soup Kitchen? What are the kinds of jobs that if people are going to volunteer their time that are, what the jobs are? And maybe some of them have already been filled because I know certain people have their jobs that they do from year to year. But just to get an idea of this is all of the different roles that we fill in this one event.
Well, somebody's got to make those taverns.
Right?
Somebody has to make that soup. Even though it's donated, we have a formula for putting it all together. So soup has to be made, the chairs have to be set up, the pie has to be cut.
And now put in their packages.
Put in the packages. We need cashiers, we need people to clean up, certainly wash dishes. One of the great things about it, though it's a peripheral thing, is it gets people together on a more personal basis than they may be in church. So that's a great thing.
So we have quite a few different areas. We have like the cooks and helpers in the kitchen. We have Beth Carr is over our serving table. The people that help serve the soup and taverns up on the main serving line. And then we have people in the dining room that help greet, seat, carry any trays for anyone that would need that, clean up places after someone is finished eating, and then it's ready for someone else to come to use that space. Coffee servers, people with our carryouts. We'll have someone at the door in the lobby when you walk in if you want to talk to them about filling out that sheet. And then we have a couple people in the kitchen that will fill out that order and get it to the cashier for you to pick up. So
people will take care of the country store. They will greet you. We've had people do advertising for us. That's a big thing. In fact, it's in the paper today. The second time it's been in the paper, and there's posters all over town announcing this too. So there's the shopping that has to go on. There actually, that was one of my jobs this year, was to order all the stuff to make things. Lydia's taken care of getting aprons and
we do a few items from the Bob's Wholesale here in Yankton that we can get gallon-sized jars of pickles and big boxes of individually wrapped crackers, and
right.
so we'll have those.
Actually, there's a lot of planning that goes into this. A calendar's created once the date is set for the soup kitchen, and then we kind of back into everything that needs to be done.
So what are some of the things that are still needs as we look forward to Soup Kitchen? What are volunteer roles that we still need people for? What are donations that we're still looking for? What if someone goes, oh, I haven't signed up yet? What are some of the things that are still available?
As of this week, we're still short some pies and some soup. So if you have not turned in your donation slip, please let Dolores know as we finalize our plans here in the last few weeks.
And I do know that there are some people that instead of making pie, they order pie from Frying Pan or Perkins as well. So that's another option if you're like, I don't know how to make a pie, but some of the pies are coming from there, and they make some good pies.
Right. In terms of workers, I think we can always use people to clean up and do dishes. That is not a pleasant job necessarily, but that's much needed as we have, I don't know how many people we ever calculated went through.
That's hard to know because not everyone takes a tray and some have to-go orders, and then some people just come and get a sandwich and a pie and leave, and so we've tried to keep track, but we've never had probably an accurate account, but
it's hundreds.
Yes,
hundreds. I believe so, probably.
Yeah.
According to the parking lot, it's hundreds.
It gets filled up. We're grateful.
Yeah. So and let's say again, what is the date and the time for the soup kitchen?
It's October 21st. We'll be open from 4:30 to 7. I would add too, if you're making chili or any of the chili, please use hamburger or some sort of beef. Chicken chili doesn't blend well with the rest of the chilies that we have. And if you're going to donate that and freeze it, it'd be helpful if you thawed it a little bit ahead of time. That way we don't have to do that.
Right. So if you're bringing something to the church that you have had frozen, please have it thawed, because it creates extra work for the people who are here on the day, who already have so much work that they're doing.
Right. We start cooking at 1 o'clock that afternoon, to be ready to serve at 4:30.
And so do you want the donations that day? Can people bring donations before that? How does that work?
We will be here on Monday afternoon, and then on Tuesday, I'll be here at 7 for people to drop off things maybe before they're going to work if that's necessary. Monday afternoon, we'll be here setting up too. So if that works out better for you, we'll be grateful to take your donations at that time too.
We do have limited refrigerator space, so kind of keep that in mind too.
All right. And then as far as country store, again, homemade items, if you have anything that you like to make, that you like to do, that was a great opportunity again to fill out the country store as well. We want to have a lot of good options there, but you're really looking at things that are homemade.
Right.
And new. We're not doing like
it's not a rummage sale.
Yeah, right. New items to sell.
So what would you say, do either of you know how long we've been doing the soup kitchen at this church?
I do not know.
I do not know.
When we came here, they did, and that was 93. So
all right, yeah,
it's been a lot of years.
Yeah, 93. I don't want to do the math because it'll make me sad. 30 some years plus. So it is a great event. It is something that we've been doing for many decades. What would you say is the biggest blessing that comes out of the soup kitchen from your experiences doing it all these years? Why should someone participate? What do they get out of it?
I think it's a great feeling to be a part of the church family, and this is one day that everybody can come and help and do something that makes a big impact on a lot of other groups like that we donate money to. So your gift of that one day is multiplied.
Right.
We're
And-
grateful.
And the other thing too is the people that come that don't belong to this church get to see us. And if we're wearing our shirts that show what we're all about, that's a great way to advertise.
Yeah, that's a great plug. If you are going to volunteer that day, if you happen to have one of our church shirts, that would be a great opportunity to wear it. And it helps to identify who our church people are and also share our message of hope, healing, and belonging, and to love each other, as Lydia's already wearing one of our church shirts today. So
And all of the workers will be wearing red aprons that day, so you'll
Right. And possibly red bandanas if they're working in the kitchen.
I like that. I like that. All right. Well, I'm super excited. I hope also that all of you who are watching this, not only will you consider participating in some way, either through a monetary donation, a food donation, working at the event, helping prep or clean up, but also that you are inviting the people around you to come and have a meal. The prices are really, really, I mean, you can feed a family for pretty reasonable.
If you want to know that, the taverns will be $3. The soup, a bowl will be $3. A cup of soup will be $2, and a pie will be $3. So you can have a tavern, a bowl of soup and pie, and it's less than $10.
And also, I want to put it out there that if you have someone in your life, or if it's you who say, I'd love to do that, but I can't even afford that, please don't let that stop you. We have people in our church that are willing to cover the cost of your meal if that is the reason that you can't come, or if you are hesitant to invite someone because you think they might not be able to afford it. Please don't let that be the reason. We want this to be an event for everybody. And so we do have some generous people in our church that are willing to cover any shortfalls that might be there, because we don't want anyone to be turned away from this event.
We will not turn anyone away.
Right.
You're all welcome.
I just want to thank the two of you for all of the work that you have already done and are doing, and just offer a blessing upon this event. It truly is, I think when you think about our community, it's one of the things that we are known for. And I think it's not just because the food is good, but because of our hospitality. And I know the two of you have done so much work in prepping that and making this event an event where everyone feels welcome, everyone feels invited, everyone feels as they leave that they have been treated with the love of Christ.
Our pleasure.
Yes. And I would also say that we're very blessed and grateful as we've called and asked people to do things that they've said yes. And we're very grateful for that.
I think we only got one no out of the whole bunch. So
Unfortunately, I am one of the no's because I am not going to be in town the day. So you can let me know your displeasure in that. I will work in the future to plan better, but I have a different commitment that I have to be at. And that's why Dolores is going to be the greeter this year, which actually is an upgrade. So I'm really pleased with that. But I love this event. I hope you guys will save a piece of pie for me. And
What's your favorite?
oh, God, it's like picking a favorite child, right? I am a really big fan of I love pecan pie. I love strawberry rhubarb pie. I make pies, and so when I come to events like this, I want to pick a pie that I don't make, and
Sure.
and I don't make pecan pie ever, or like something with chocolate. That's
It's possible.
yeah. If not, I understand. I understand. It's the price I pay. But again, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope everyone is able to attend, and let's make this year's the best ever. Thank you for joining us for this episode of What's Going On, a video and audio podcast of First United Methodist Church in Yankton, South Dakota. We'd love to have you join us for worship on Sundays at 10 a.m., either in person or via our live stream, which can be found at our website, www.firstumcyankton.org, or by searching First UMC Yankton on YouTube.